morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Today, we are going to be talking about video games. Yeah, dude, something I do every day. I love playing video games. Video games are cool. But more importantly, I want to talk about how video games are presented. So, most of the time, when I'm discovering games, it's always through the PlayStation Store. That's how I discover my games. That's how I do it. This is where I go to find my games, because I only play on PS5, so it's where I like to look for most of my titles. Now, what I want to talk about was like video game trailers and video game art, and I think the trailer and the art of the cover of the game, I think they both need to depict how the game is actually going to look. Now, we're gonna get into this because it's important. It's very important because if you guys watched my PlayStation highlights, which was like one the first good videos I put out, but it was basically clips from the showcase that I watched, and I said it. I'm pretty sure I said it, but I was really disappointed with most of that showcase. It was really poor. It was bad. There were only, I think, 3 games that I was really hyped for, which was Marathon, Spider-Man, and Sword of the Sea, which was an indie title. But there were so many, there were trailers that were cinematic, and then there were trailers that weren't cinematic. But the trailers that were cinematic, a lot of the gameplay didn't match up, and I was just like, this looks like doo-doo. You do a cinematic and then you show the gameplay. I'm like, come on, man. I don't so at this point, I don't think trailers should even show cinematics. I think they should just show the gameplay. If you're not going to show the gameplay, don't show anything at all. Announce the title on your platform or something, or don't even do a trailer. Just announce the game, just do this, But even then, if you're going to announce it through here, and we're going to look at these real quick, even if you announce it through here, your art on this needs to match how the game is going to look. Because most of the time, that determines if I'm going to buy it, right? For a trailer, I do need to see gameplay, obviously. Because I need to see, hey, am I going to like this game? Like this game. So this is the art. This is the gameplay. See, you see what I mean? This is the gameplay. The art, I swear to God, the cover has to reflect what your game is going to look like. Maybe not all the time, with Galactic Strike. I don't know. That's the art. The game looks pretty spot on to it looks like what you're gonna play. Not for me though. I do think even this game, I don't even know what this is going to entail. I think it's horror. Yeah. But I think the cover pretty much entails the game. So that's kind of the point I'm getting at, is that like this game, it actually it's depicting what you're going to play. Isn't that crazy? So that'll just give me an idea, and then there's this game, Ultros. The art is pretty much depicted within the the art in the game look the same. I think that's what it needs to be. And then there I'm not gonna go through every single game, but I'm pretty sure that one actually does it pretty well. Mobius Machine, I think, is also the same. The art in the game, they both depict the same. AK's Lodal, which is this is an indie game that's supposed to be a roguelike, I think. But the thing is, the art and the game aren't the same. That's the game. I mean, I'm not a pixel guy. Pixels aren't for me. Binding of Isaac, I think, is the only exception to a roguelike. That's the only one I will ever touch. I still have it installed. But yeah, pixels aren't for me. But that's just me. Probably is a fun time. Not for me though. But we can, there's so many examples of art not matching up to what the game is going to look like. I bet even this doesn't look like what it's going to look like. Like, that's the art. This is the game. I mean, it's close, but not really. I don't know. To me, it's like you need to your product that you're going to put out needs to feel like your art needs to look the same. Like, I that's my personal opinion. Maybe not completely the same, but dude, you can't just like do like really cool looking art like this. And then I swear I don't think it actually looks like that. I don't even know what this game is going to. I mean, maybe the art in the game looked the same. Probably not, but who knows? I know I'm not touching that disaster of a project, but yeah, I'm trying to find good examples because there's a lot of games. There's a lot of games. I think this one is like a good example. Like, the art looks crazy cool, and then it's a pixel game. But like, I'm gonna try that one though because actually the trailer for it looks good. You know, it looks neat. I'm gonna look for there's this game. Okay, the Valiant. So I'm a big fan of like medieval stuff. Like huge fan. So the Valiant, I was like, this cover looks really cool. And then you see the game. Bro, come on. Like, hello? You immediately turned me off. I was like, man, dude, this better be a cool action RPG. And then it's just like, haha, silly idiot. No. You get garbage. And I'm just like, bro, come on. Like, it's not even funny. But then there's this game like Scarf, which I did wishlist. The game and the art look pretty similar. Like, pretty close. Like, what? There's the game, and then there's the art. It's not crazy similar, but it's similar. Like, I do think, you know, I make a good point. I think at the end of the day, the game and the art do need to depict the same. Like, even that game I just clicked on, like, it looked pretty close. You know? It looks pretty darn close. It's just bonkers to me that there's so many of these games and like they bait you, you know? There's just like, here's some really like, if let's look for like the most craziest looking art style, you know? It has to look the same. Novalance. I bet money it doesn't look the same. Well, I was pretty spot on. It's pretty much like Axolotl. Which is just, it's funny to me. I don't know. It's like maybe Murder Express. Cool looking art. Okay, but it's adventure mystery, but there's no way to tell how that game is going to be or look. Give me something. Oh, Enchanted Portals, maybe? I think it actually looks pretty spot. Oh, there's no. Okay, there's no. Yep, of course. But see, even like, there's certain. Like, I like this when it's just a title and just a black background, because then all you've done is announce the game. But even like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I know how that game's gonna look. I don't need to know like I don't need the art style to be the same as the cover. But like, if you're gonna put artwork or a title behind this, I need to like even this, like, that's in game. Judas, that's in game. They just put the title over it. And then like, even like this game, how about like the gameplay, like the game looks as same as the art basically. It's not that different. I don't know. I just, for me, and this is pretty spot on too. Goodbye Volcano High, which I'm looking forward to. It looks pretty similar. Looks pretty spot on. I just need the game to look the same as the art, because that's what at that point, that's what, you know, is going to sell me on the game. Even like Insurmountable, which I don't even know what this game is. It says adventure simulation. This looks like garbage. I mean, granted, the art style is pretty close to what you're going to be playing. But then again, the gameplay is probably not what you expect. So yeah, it's wild. It's wild out here in the Wild West of video games. And even like this looks the same. Even like, look how spot on this is. It's like a graphic adventure, but like it still represents how the game is going to be. You know? That's kind of how I look at it. Oh, this game looks cool. And the art style basically looks same. I'm gonna wishlist that. You see, video game devs, this is how you sell me. Or this is how you sell me on your product. Okay? Because there's no way. There's no way. Let's go to Lords of Exile. You see this game? There's no way I'm gonna buy this, and then it's gonna look like this. Bro. You are not going to tell me, like, I don't know if this is like a remaster or whatever this is. Bro, you cannot sell me on this. You cannot do that art style and then have this type of game. I'm sorry, but like, we live in the next gen era, dude. All right? Low quality games aren't allowed. Like, unless you're indie. Unless it's an indie, if it's an indie company, I apologize. But like, come on. If you're gonna make a pixel game, have pixel art style. Okay, that's all I ask. You know, because even this game, Naiad. The game matches the art. That's crazy. Isn't that bonkers? Like, even like Metal Gear Solid, like when I watched the trailer in the showcase, I mean, it looked pretty similar. Game and art. But I mean, it's probably not going to be exactly the same. It's going to be close, but yeah, I don't know. And then I think this game, I have a wish list. We'll see about this one. I don't know how I feel about it. But actually, the art style in the game almost look pretty similar. So, I mean, we can say that. Play with your food. I mean, this game, I actually did look at this. It looks the same. Looks pretty close. This is the whole thing, right? And then you got like this game, Rocket Car Ultimate Ball League, which super original. I mean, hey, the game and the art, they look pretty similar, but like that's a ripoff of Rocket League, and that is gonna get pulled so fast. There was even this game. I don't even know if the art style and yeah, they do look similar. Not for me though, but like that's what I'm getting at, right? The art style, if I look at the art style and then the game's different, that's a turn off for me. But if I can know what if the art style and the game look the same, and I can look at them both and be like, yeah, not for me, or it's for me, right? Like, that's the whole thing. And I think even like this game, Stellar Blade, which I have wishlisted, the game and the cover, they look the same. They look really like, look at this. They are basically the same. Brother, I'm just, it is really shocking to me when like, I'll even go down to like, I don't know if we're towards the end of this, but okay, so we are. But I want to go to a different yeah, this. So here is where things get complicated. There's this area down here that lists a bunch of like action titles. I would go down here. I would see like a bunch of games that don't add up to what it actually looks like. Like they'll do crazy frickin' art, dude, and the art won't match up to the actual game. Like I will find the most like the coolest looking art. Pixel ripped. I actually don't know what I'm looking at. Oh god, that doesn't even match up at all. At all. God, am I even gonna find anything that like... Okay, so this one. Bat Boy. Bro, come on. Match up. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, it's like, what excuse me? What is happening here? What is this? Oh no. That's not PG at all. But even like like a couple of League of Legends titles, like I don't think match up that well. Maybe this one does. It actually doesn't look, it looks pretty similar, but not for me because I'm not a fan of that style. But yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I got my point across with like how the game does need to be the same as the art. Like even this, dude, look at this. But then they're like, cool looking art. Yeah, this is cool. They'll definitely play this. They have to. Like Velocity Noodle. Wait, is that video? Oh, image. Like, dude, you can't be serious with this. Like, that's my whole thing, is like I do get a little frustrated when the game and the art doesn't match up. And it's the same thing with like the video game trailers, man. Like if your trailer doesn't match up with your gameplay, like if you do a cinematic and it doesn't match up with the gameplay, people aren't gonna buy it. You know, I think that's kind of the reality nowadays, and that's how I feel about games. Is like, if I'm just gonna see a cinematic trailer and nothing else, there's a chance I won't even buy it. You know, you could tell me what the game is about, but I need gameplay first before I decide. But yeah, that's what it comes down to. I think like the whole thing with the PlayStation Showcase was like I was seeing more cinematics than gameplay, and even when I was seeing gameplay, I wasn't interested in it. So it was kind of a whole letdown of a show, which was it's been on it, like it hasn't, PlayStation hasn't like had a hit of a show since like the whole 2021 where they revealed everything, all these games that were coming out. Two of which I don't even think are out yet, but it was just a great show, and I think we need more like that. That one actually got me hyped. There were cinematics in there, but like there were titles that I was excited for, and like some of them I knew. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about that because I feel like it's an important conversation for those playing video games and, you know, want to play video games and want to buy them. And, you know, nowadays we have to be cautious with what we buy because, like, again, you could see a really cool game with cool art on it and it could be garbage. My point exactly. I'm sure the devs worked hard in it, but come on. You can't just do that art and be like, it's a pixel game, smile. You can't do that to people. That's just, it's almost like lying to someone, like, hey, this is what this game. This is what the game looks like. Teehee? Kidding? I don't know. That's what I want to talk about today, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you did, I appreciate it a ton, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!